you stay here. All right, we're going to get started. Pretty sure if everybody can see me out here. Welcome to today's Google Hangout. Also, we're doing a webinar and VShop Live, all coming at you at the same time. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Coach Danner, of course, with your virtual portal. Like to hang out with you every Thursday, just drop a few nuggets and get a lot of feedback from the field. And some of the things we'll cover today is just what people are normally asking is what's the value, show the value, how do I really present this in such a fashion, because there's so many different directions you can go with a service or product like your virtual portal. It's as simple as a virtual business card. That's a real simple way to explain this when people ask, well, what is a vSmart? So thank you for coming out. 1 o'clock, we'll go ahead and get started. And definitely, I know your schedule today is probably busy, but you've taken the time out of your busy schedule to be here today and join us. And we're going to take probably the next 15, 20, maybe 30 so minutes. I don't like to top a lot of your time, and just really get down to having fun, just giving you the knowledge and the power of a vSmart and what I have begun to see that's even growing across the country. We're in over probably 20 different countries. Since our launch, May 16th down in Tampa, Florida, we had an exciting launch, and we were already international with our launch. So just want to make sure everybody understands when you go to a .com site and you see those flags, that just simply means that that's not the only companies that we're able to do business in. That's just the countries that we're on board and building in right now. So yes, that's a question that comes up is, are we international? Yes, we are. How do we get paid? People ask sometimes, when you join a company and you want to share, that's what network marketing is. It's just telling other people. And it's as simple as going to a movie and you get back from that movie and someone asks, well, how was it? And you begin to share the excitement, and whether you liked it or didn't like it, the bottom line is you're sharing your opinion and you're networking that movie so that somebody says, hey, I'm going to see that, or maybe I know someone that likes that type of movie. Well, it's the same thing with our service. Texting is very, very popular. It's the most effective way to communicate. They said in 2013, the statistics are saying now people have more smartphones than a personal computer. I mean, who would have ever thought? We're progressing in technology, and it doesn't matter if you're an 8-year-old or a 70-year-old. People are texting. I remember when it first started, it was more of a younger crowd, cool type of thing to do, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, my mom is texting, my wife's mom's texting, and I'm like, wow, people are catching on. And they say that people check their text. 90% of the people are checking their text within 10 minutes, from the time they receive it, which the other option is email. So if you knew that people are really effectively communicating through texting and you have a business, then normally that's one of the hardest problems to solve, not only in business, but sometimes in just raising kids or even in a marriage. It's called communication. There's so many people out here in the world today that's went to college and got master degrees, or maybe they're in seminary and they finished, they're pastoring a church, or maybe just raising kids, and they'll tell you that when it comes to even coaching, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, track, or doesn't matter, effectively communicating or delivering a message is very important. And that's what your virtual portal is really, I have seen that our responses is coming back is, wow, this is awesome. When I send a text or vSmart, people are able to see and get my text, and they'll text back, thank you, or you get a reaction. So that's what's really the excitement about your virtual portal. Sometimes people ask this question, well, what's the difference between me texting this vSmart or a virtual business card versus sending a regular email? And here's the difference, because even on smartphones you can receive your emails with smartphones. Most people don't just have to go home anymore and get their laptop out and check an email. You can get that while you're out with your smartphone. But what your virtual portal has put together in a vSmart is we bring everybody together. And I'm talking about your social media links. For example, if you ever went to Los Angeles and they have the Emmy Awards and they're giving away these great awards, and this is the who's who of the who, and it's prestigious. Well, those guys in social media would be your Twitter, your Facebook, your LinkedIn. Some people have Pinterest, and even sometimes you got nice YouTube videos out there. Sometimes you can go out there and wow, this is a great video here. I'd love to have this on my website. Or you would like to change maybe something that's on your website, getting a capture page or whatever the case may be. But what I'm getting to is we bring all that together. That's what your virtual portal is able to do, is bring all of those social media links together in one platform, where when you send an email, normally that email is not going to be that effective. Because when I show you the effectiveness of a vSmart in the video, you can do a YouTube video, and when you put that together in 30 seconds and you take and put your Facebook, your LinkedIn there, now what you've done is you've taken and showed a physical presence of yourself or your company or whatever you're marketing with an emotion, which normally an email can't do or regular text. So we're bringing the emotion plus a call to action button below. And if you'll follow the screen right now, I'm going to show you exactly, an example of call to action or emotion. I want you to go, just follow the screen, because Sunday we're going to have a webinar / Google Hangout Sunday night at 8, and we've got, oh my goodness, these gentlemen, you've got to see this. Kids Against Hunger. I'm going to show you the vSmart here. This right here, Kids Against Hunger, is a huge charity. Do great things, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that Sunday. So if you definitely want to get there Sunday at 8, and you can see this video here. That's a vSmart. Of course, if you're looking at this with vShop Live, then you can see it on your cell phone. Some people may be at their computer right now looking at this from a webinar perspective from their laptop, or maybe even their tablet. Well, a vSmart will convert and fit whatever screen that is presented on. So if you have a computer, a laptop, or a tablet, it conforms. So it's not just for cell phones. That is powerful. I get that question a lot. So can I only text this? What if somebody doesn't have a smartphone and they want to go to their computer? Well, they could type in kidsagainsthunger.yourvirtualportal.net. And the beautiful part is it'll come up. The only difference is on your cell phone is where it says, yes, I need information about this, fill out the form below. That would be at the bottom versus on the side. And this is the reason why I pulled this particular one up, is because we give out free samples. And that's what people are excited about, is when you have a service, like when you go tell somebody about that movie, and hey, you just go out there and tell them about, well, we don't want you talking and telling about the vSmart. All we want you to do is just text it. So when you text it, they can get their own free sample, and you get up to 4 icons here. You can see here, you get 8 icons, but you can see down below you have call to action buttons like our home page, how to get involved, join now. That is where most people, a lot of people have. I looked at websites and tons of websites, and they'll have a site, but then you have to really dig around to find where to join. Then somewhere else, you have to find and dig around to find, well, this looks pretty good, but I want to know, where can I see what's coming up at the next event? So you're trying to flip through pages of a website to see that. And there's no way to control that unless you pay maybe, I've heard people pay $2,000-$3,000 for an app. And with that app, you can't make changes. You can, but normally you have to have a tech person that will do those changes for you. And normally it may be a small charge or cost involved. So every time you want to change something, you get on the phone, you call the tech person, then you get in line, and when they get to you, they can get to you, they'll change it. Well, what your virtual portal has done to make it very simple for anybody, whether you're 16, 17, 18, or 70, if you can copy and paste, and if you've seen any of our how to build a vSmart webinars / Google Hangouts, vShop Lives on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern time, you'll see Rachel taking the time to go through, and normally under 7 minutes you can have a vSmart built and it's very, very easy to do. Just copy and paste, and then you can see the icons here, like join now. You get to pick. We have over 100 different icons you can pick from. You could say register now. It could say get started. It could say buy now. These are all call to action buttons. As you can see here, this one says donate. So of course, when you donate, click on donate, it says Visa, MasterCard, and this is powerful because the video up there, that's the emotion that you can pick whatever video or do your own video, and then of course put your phone number. If you have text, Skype, you can put Skype on there, your email address, and then you've got your call to action buttons. Most people have a blog. You can have your blog there, events, and then capturing information right here. So it's a website, capture page, call to action buttons. You have the control to change things. It's not an application. You can pick your own YouTube video, and you're branding yourself because now you have the control to type whatever you want up here. This says Kids Against Hunger. It could also say amazing leader John Doe shares with the world how to become healthy. And then down below there's a video of your choice. And down below you could have, of course, your call to actions, register now or free sample, your Facebook, your Twitter, all your call to action buttons below. And that's how powerful it is with a free sample, just giving it out. And then of course, when they want to upgrade, they just simply click on the upgrade link. And then as they click on that upgrade link, you can see there's several different pages here, different selections from the starter, annual, professional, prime, or elite package. And you can see the value that you get. For less than $1 a day, we're talking about unlimited live streaming, free global compatibility. And another thing, people ask, can I send as many texts as I want? Absolutely. You can send unlimited text. That's one of the biggest questions that we get out there. And for less than $1 a day, yes. In our training, even in our .com site, you can click here, and you'll notice that we have videos, and there's probably close to 30 videos of just training. And we have an excellent CEO who's able to not only lead a company, but also express and get her different points across on how to use the V-Smart in different areas, from real estate to maybe just selling network marketing products, or how to do nonprofit organizations, to do fundraisers, and we can just go on and on with all the different ways that she's showing how to brand yourself in your virtual portal. So you can take the time to go there, and you can learn so much there. We have an exciting opportunity as well, and all it takes is just sharing this business off of really the power of two. Just sharing it with people, share it with two people. They get the free V-Smart set up. They share it with two. For you got a network of people, and you're working, doing what you normally do, is tell somebody something exciting, and then they tell somebody something exciting, and you get rewarded. So it's an awesome opportunity for you as well to be able to brand yourself and build for your future. So that's just some things there I was going to show you real quick with the V-Smart. And what do you really compare us to? Well, if you was ask yourself this question, the next time you communicate with someone, how are you going to do it? Most people are going to say text. Nothing wrong with sending an email. I heard a statistic that 80% of the emails either go to spam, don't get open, or don't get read. And I'll raise my hand and probably say I've got more than 1,000 emails. I don't even know the last count that are unopened. But I can tell you right here with the phone, I have no unopened or unread text. Now, that's powerful, because when it comes to moving a product or service, you want to make sure that you are advertising effectively. One of the ways people advertise is through what we call business cards. And you can see these cards, I'm going to put me back on the screen for a second, but you can see that cards are great. There's a lot of trees that are cut down so that people can hand out business cards. A whole lot of circulars go out in the mail, and you get these about every single day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the .com site, and I'm going to show you some effective ways to market the V-Smart, and how people are really using the .com site to share the information with other people. So right here, if you click on where it says product, okay, it says vSmart return on advertising to, also vSmart customer examples in English, and you also have international vSmart examples. And what somebody asked me that, what is an international vSmart example? Well, you see these vSmarts, they're all in different languages. So you can scroll down and see that we are international. That is so effective because people have told me that, you mean you just launched a couple weeks ago or 2-3 months ago and you already have vSmarts for different languages? Yes, you know, so that's very, very powerful to show people. Also, your vSmart examples in English, of course. Now, these are the same vSmarts, but you can see how we have them in English here. And as you scroll down, you can see, like I said, call to action buttons like your Facebook, Twitter. This is St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And you can go over here and you can see we have Pastor Matthew Hartsfield, Van Dyke Church here at the far right. And this is a vSmart, but you know, we deal with a lot of pastors and nonprofits and charities. And on Monday nights, we have a pastor's call where people are able to plug in, if you know any organizations or who are really looking a way to get the message out, and you can plug in and be masterminded with Pastor Battle and those that join that call, and you can really swap out, share information, and they can show you really how it's helping people across the country with donations, so you can do a greater cause with that. So yes, you know, that's Pastor Matthew Hartsfield, Van Dyke Church. That's this particular vSmart here, and you can see he has a message up there. If you click on that vSmart and then you begin to play it, you can see this one appeals to Christmas.
Hello, this is Pastor Matthew from Van Dyke Church. Welcome to Christmas in a Minute.
Now, that's Christmas in a Minute with Pastor Matthew Hartsfield, and he's coming live and personal right there on the phone, and then people can take and get that, and whatever message he's sharing, they can turn around and forward that text to so many more people. And that's what I mean, it's more effective than your particular business card that's been spent time to build, and you say, what should I say? And you take the time to create a business card and word it right, and then as soon as you pass it out, you're like, oh, I wonder if it's really effective. Maybe I should have changed this. Well, if Pastor Matthew wants to change anything, it takes seconds. He can go and do another YouTube video or swap out this, swap out that. Doesn't matter. You know, a lot of times you get circulars. People are recruiting or trying to share their information through circulars. Again, cutting down trees. With our vSmarts, we don't have to do that. And you don't have to pay to keep buying circulars or business cards because you have unlimited text. But now, this is more effective and personal than just sending this out, you know. So, and what if the person gets this, and I'm just going to go back to this example. They get this or the business card. Let's say somebody gets that, and they like it, and they're like, wow, this is awesome. As a matter of fact, I got to get this information to my brother. I got to, later on, well, later on, guess what? Either you lose it, you forgot where you put it, maybe, who knows? But at that time of the emotion of, I need to get this to my brother, boom, you forward the text. Guess what? Your brother's got it. You see how much faster that moves? And again, we're not cutting down trees to do that. And it's less than $1 a day. And not only do you get one of vSmart, you also have another one of your choice that you can use. So you could use maybe Mr. Van Dyke, Pastor Matthew Hartsfield is using this one maybe for his church. He might have another one for personal use. Let me give you an example of personal use, because somebody says, oh, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I can use this for personal use? I'm going to take you back to the .com site. I want to show you how to do this, okay? When you go to your .com site and you click again on product, you know, click on advertising to right here, and as you scroll down to the bottom, you're going to see categories, and there's over 100 different companies, and if you click on these links, they're basically vSmarts. So if one popular company out there, most people have heard of Mary Kay. So if you click on that link that says Mary Kay, guess what? There's a vSmart with Mary Kay, there's a video, there's a number, there's email address, and then the social media links, all your stars, Facebook, Twitter, and your call to action button, buy now. You see, now all of a sudden, if you know somebody in Mary Kay, you could text them, marykay.yourvirtualportal.net, and just text it to them. And they'll be like, wow, this is pretty neat. Well, great. I was thinking about you. Matter of fact, how would you like a free sample? And boom, now they've got a free sample. And of course, they're going to share that. And when they're sharing that, you're going viral because on each one of those samples, there's an upgrade button there. So if a person likes it, they can upgrade. And if they upgrade, guess what? You shared it, so you should be rewarded. And of course you do. You know, we get paid every Friday, and checks have went, not checks because we use a pay card. It's awesome. And all you do is just every Friday around 4 or 5 o'clock, sometimes early, sometimes Thursdays. I think one time in the last couple of months we've gotten paid on Thursday. But the bottom line is, Colleen is paid every Friday since last year, pre-launch, September of last year, every single Friday, has not missed a beat. And sometimes you'll hear that conversation, or that's somebody's concern is, well, what kind of, consistency do we have in getting paid? Well, we are getting paid every Friday, and she hasn't missed a beat. So that's awesome to know. So if you've been in companies or had some bad experiences out there, I can tell you on Fridays, it happens. So great. Now I'm going to go back to the .com site, and I just click out of this one, but I'm going to go back, and you see the category, so I showed you there, but really I brought you here to talk more about personal use. Like I was saying, you can get a V-Smart that you can use for your company or your charity or whatever event that you want to use it for, but we also have V-Smarts for personal use. And I love this. Now all of these are put together by John Sullivan. He's awesome, and that's Colleen's husband. And the bottom line is he is great at showing enthusiasm and how to actually express this through vSmart. So he's done several down there at the bottom, and you can use these to really do the work for you. Just give examples like this. Let's say, for example, I talk to a lot of networkers, right? And one of their biggest problems is if they send out an email to 100 people or 10 people, 20% of the people are going to answer it or even respond. Well, imagine they send out 10 texts to key leaders, and that text, they know they're going to get it because 90% of the people check it within 10 minutes. So it's not about did you get it, it's about knowing, hey, within 10 minutes, probably 90% of them have already responded back. And it could be something as simple as an update, letting people know about, this week's training. So this one is an example of John sharing how you can use this. Now, again, this is personal use. So, but for less than $1 a day, you actually get 3 vSmarts. You get one for your personal use if you want, one for your business, and you also get one that you can just share to express the power of your virtual portal and networking your virtual portal. So I'm just going to press play.
Hey guys, what's up? It's John here. A couple quick important announcements for you guys. This is going to be the same thing for the next 4 weeks. Every Monday night at 9 o'clock, the company is going to be hosting a webinar. Try to get as many people on the webinar as you can. If for some reason they can't get on at 9, that's okay. 10 o'clock, we're going to do a team conference call. We're going to try to bring everyone we know onto that to help grow and establish your business center. That's what we're here to do, to help you out. So bring your people. Let's grow this thing. Let's help out each other. That's what we're here to do. Thank you. Have a good night, and I'll see you on Monday.
Now that is powerful. So all of a sudden, you know what? Effective communication from personal use, effective communication from business, effective communication from whether it be a church, and we can just go on and on to professional athletes use vSmarts for reasons they've done well and they want to give back the knowledge that they've learned from the game. So they normally do camps, they do events, speaking engagements, charity. So now they can have a video clipping of, maybe their moment of success. I'll show you an example of one with Tony Womack. And Tony Womack got a World Series ring with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and he went on to play over 10 years in the big leagues, and he's done real well. He does a lot of, camps and speaking engagements, of course, donating. This is just a sample. We were roommates when I played baseball our first year. He went on to have a long career. I didn't. Mine was very short. So his, having a typical website is great, but to show expression of getting the tying hit in the 9th inning of Game 7 of the World Series. Now, it doesn't get any more exciting than that moment. and to hear the fans screaming. Now, how can a website bring that? Or how can a text bring that? Well, it can't. But what we do with your virtual portal, or we're able to take um, YouTube videos, your call to action buttons, whether it be donate or booking for the next event, or what's going on, register now for the next camp, Camp Womack. But just by pressing play to see the emotions that your virtual portal, uh, you know, vSmarts can bring out, and just listen. I love this. Just listen to this. And if you're a Yankee fan, it's probably not too exciting to watch because this was like 2 outs, Game 7, and they're down 1 run. So just listen to this. Now, that's emotion. Now, all of a sudden, obviously, call to action buttons again, right there. So that's, like I said, entertainers from athletes, just showing you some different examples. And what I'm going to do, because I think I've painted that picture for you to show you different areas of how, from professional athletes to a pastor to nonprofits with your virtual portal, Kids for Hunger. Don't forget Sunday at 8 o'clock, our webinar, our Google Hangout. It's going to be going on talking about with those guys. Wonderful group. And you just got to see how merging all this in so many directions that we're taking and using a vSmart for, and then businesses, just traditional business. I always talk about how, the example of the guy that had the meatball restaurant, or actually sub shop, and had too many meatballs, and he had to get rid of them by Friday. Well, what can he do? Well, simple. vSmart, hi, this is Tony's Pizza. Just want to let you know we're having a half off meatball sub. Come in Friday between 11 and 1. Just say you got the text and you'll get half off meatball subs. Spread it, and boom, send that text out. All of a sudden, you get the text. Ooh, man, it's Friday morning, 9 o'clock. You know what? I am going down there. He's controlling his advertisement now. You could not do that with a radio ad. You could not do that with a circular that comes in the mail. And if you got a little sign sitting outside and you're relying on foot traffic to walk by, well, guess what? It's not going to hit as many people effectively because they have to look at the sign, where most people are texting or on the phone, so they're probably not going to see the sign. But if you are texting that to customers, and you've got the permission to send them a text if they want to be text on any updates, then you send that. All of a sudden they get it, they come in, and he's delivered his message effectively and not worried about having leftover meatballs in the restaurant business, which can be brutal. So great meatball sub day, right? That's just how effective this is for that business versus the traditional ways of advertising for less than $1 a day. Wow, that's amazing. Now, the power and the strength, you hear us having these webinars, Google Hangouts, vShop Live. Who are the people behind it? Who's doing what, this, that, and the other? And we have a lot of leadership. I'm just going to show you. This is John. You heard me mention we did just a great job showing examples down there for personal use. You've got the lovely Colleen Sullivan, as I showed you pictures of her doing trainings and videos and things, and she's an excellent leader, pays every Friday. So she pushes that button and boom, she wants to get you paid for what, your work. This is Kenneth and Lisa Bristol. Excellent trainers, leaders, have done real well in the past. They care about people more than they do themselves. They stand on their people, duplication, helping the people. That's the excitement for them. And just go back to them one more second. They actually do a webinar tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern, also Tuesdays at 1 o'clock in this opportunity webinar. They get more into the nuts and bolts of your virtual portal and how it can reward you awesome with your hard work. So that's Kenneth and Lisa Bristol there. Also, we have Johnny Urraca. He's actually in Santo Domingo, and he's done a lot of times you may hear him on the Spanish webinars on Wednesdays at 10. He does the Spanish webinars. He's excellent trainer. has developed companies and loves to just duplicate his efforts and teach other people. Pastor Battle, you heard me mention Monday calls with him. He's excellent, not only as far as getting the message out and helping lots of people around there through spreading the word with Your Virtual Portal, but he does help a lot of pastors too on Mondays explaining how to do this. This is Clyde Richardson. Awesome guy, very excellent if you ever meet him in person. He's never short on words, sharp dressed guy. He can articulate Your Virtual Portal and how great, and his question that he always asks people is, where do you see your future with Your Virtual Portal? And one thing about our future is it's so bright, you just got to wear shades. I know that sounds like a cliche, but the things just coming down the pipeline is we really just waiting. And it's just going to be another wow factor. So excellent there. And then, of course, you've got Hector. He's always busy talking. Hector Rosario, master distributor, and he loves putting people in place to get things done. And he's very animated about his passion with business. And then, of course, you've got my wife, Coach. Well, I'm Coach Danner in the background there. You can see, but that's her with the mic. That's at the convention. Of course, she's normally always training. You probably see her on the Tuesday night webinar, Google Hangout / VShop Live, showing people how to do that. And she's just a great person to work with, wonderful person to know. And of course, she's enjoying helping people as well. So you can just see some of the leadership out there with Your Virtual Portal. And I know it's about 1:30 because we're going to wrap things up. Just make sure Saturday we do have a training call at 12. Plug in, not only a call, it's more of a webinar, Google / Hangout that goes on. So webinar is at Saturday at 12, and then you can tune in tonight at 10 Eastern for our opportunity. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out. 30 minutes. I enjoy you taking the time so that I can just share with you some of the exciting things that's happening with Your Virtual Portal and the team, and just how momentum is just growing, internationally and abroad. So I want everybody to be safe and look forward to tuning in next Thursday, and go on with the rest of the day. Just be positive and send out your V-Smarts. Let them do the selling versus you trying to talk about it. So that's all I wanted to do, is just effectively show you how to, share this with people. So have a great day and look forward to joining you next week.